Good morning, Amani. How's everybody today? I'm not going to comment on the elephant, the flaming elephant in the room. Uh, Poor Luchan coming from the Bay Area. He's like, what did I get myself into? So Sonia's out today. Nicole and I are going to lead everyone in this joy. So let's stand. Y'all know it. We might have some words up. We'll see if, yep, we sure do. So follow along with us, and let's raise the vibration in the room on this one.
This is a clapping song,
Yes.
so get into it. Get your body into it. Let's do this, you guys.
Yes.
It's yours.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, you need to count.
2, 3.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This strength that I have, this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I have, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This peace that I have, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This joy
Bring it,
that
you
I
guys.
have,
Let's go.
this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it and the world can't take it away.
The world didn't
Give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it and the world
One more
can't
time.
take it away.
The world didn't give it,
the world can't take it away. Awesome.
Woo!
Thank you, guys. All right, go ahead and take a seat. That warmed anyone up who wasn't already warm. And for some of us, we're sweating. All right, so welcome to the Amani Center. I'm so glad you're all here. We are going to release the kids, so Nicole's going to take them today. You guys have a great time, and we will see you afterwards. Okay, so welcome to the Amani Center. As I said, we are so glad that you're here. We like to start our service off with our vision statement, so let's speak it aloud together. We are lighting the path to peace together. And so that is why we show up here. That's what the Amani Center is all about. It's something we do in collaboration. It's something that is so important on the planet always, but particularly right now. So to be part of the unfoldment of something better, to be part of bringing that light, it's everything. So I thank you all for being here to help with that. I think the people who are online or watching later also, the more of us who show up as light, the better we'll all be, the more we can heal the discord and the craziness that is kind of unfolding now. This is a little bit about who we are for anyone who may have not been here before. We are an open and inclusive spiritual community, and we believe there are many paths to the divine. So whatever your path is that you're walking, we are so happy to walk it with you together. Whatever your path you're on, you are welcome here. It's a place where you can learn and grow and be. We have classes and ways to transform your life. We're going to talk about some of those in just a few minutes. We have a wonderful one starting next week, or this week, depending if you think today starts the week or tomorrow. And we also are a safe and welcoming place where you can just show up to fill your cup when you need to do that, and we all need to do that sometimes. So whether you're here to fill your cup, to fill someone else's cup, to just be here in joy and collaboration and community, we're just glad that you are here and you are welcome. Do we have anyone who's here for the first time today? I don't think so. So if anyone's online and you're watching and it's your first time, we do have a little information packet we'd love to send you. You can drop your email address and we'll put it in the mail, or we can also send the digital copy to you. But love to get that out to you if you're interested. Whoops. So one of the ways we live into our vision statement here at the Amani Center is our Circle of Light, which is made up of our practitioners and our ministers. And we show up to remind you of the truth of who you are, to pray with you, to do affirmative prayer, to help you through some rough patches, to help you manifest the things you really want to bring in, help you sort things that are tumultuous in your life right now, help you get to where you're wanting to be, to heal it, to unfold it, to shine the light on it. So I believe it's just me and Luchan today who are members of the Circle of Light. But if you would like to have some treatment after service, we would love to do that for you. So just find one of us, and we'd love to sit down and do that with you and help you work through whatever it is that you are working through. And if you're online, you can send a request for that, and we will reach out. All right, I'm going to go through our announcements, what's going on right now at the Amani Center. So this is a new month, the month of July. Our theme is Free Your Mind, and this is our schedule for the month. So we have the wonderful Ministerial Intern Luchan Baker here today. He is always a favorite at the Amani Center. Prepare for a wonderful talk. Next week, we're doing a special white stone ceremony that we have done here before, but it's been quite a while. So that will be ritual. It will be a beautiful ceremony, and you will go home with this beautiful stone that you will sort of imbibe with intention and healing and whatever it is you're wanting to bring more of. So don't miss that. It's going to be really special. On the 21st, we have the wonderful Gary Lynn Floyd here live. So he will be bringing music and message, a little bit more about what else he'll be doing while he's here in a minute. And then we close our month out with our wonderful Reverend Sherry Wynn. So July's going to be a great month. Show up every week. So I'm going to start with this class that starts Monday. I'm going to ask Reverend Cheryl to come up. She's going to tell you a little bit about the class and what to expect. She has been with the center for a long time, but she's been out of the state for many years, so we're so happy to have her back. So please welcome Reverend Cheryl.
Hi, everybody. It's so good to be here after all these years. I spent 30 years in this area and then moved to Washington, and now I live in Venice, Florida. But my two sons are here. So whenever I come back, I always offer to do classes. So I've done 2 or 3 since I've been gone. This one is answering that, a little bit about me. So I have lots of years of experience in the shamanic realm. So I did 20 years as a master apprentice, and then recently I'm working with a doctor called Dr. Thomas Hubel, who works on trauma and the different levels of trauma. So, and I worked in aerospace. So I've combined all 3 of those, and we work from how to heal the mind, how to answer those questions that we all have, like, why does this issue keep coming up? How come it comes up over and over again? Why is this in my way? So we're going to work on specific tools to help you go deeper and deeper in healing. Healing has many different levels. There's the surface level, then you go down to the family level, you down to the collective and the ancestral. So we'll be doing all those realms, and we'll be using the old, very ancient tool of the sacred wheel that comes out of the shamanism. So I'm super excited to be here. We're going to be doing 4 classes, an hour and a half each class on Monday night. So and I'll stay here, so if anybody has questions after, please come see me.
Thank you, Reverend Cheryl. Yes. I cannot recommend this highly enough. It's such a treat to have Reverend Cheryl here in person. So if you're even thinking about it, please at least talk to her, find out a little bit more. I'll be there. I know Reverend Cherry's going to be there. It's going to be an amazing. And it's only 4 weeks, so it's a great chance to do something uplifting this summer. All right, so the next thing is Gary Lynn Floyd, who will be here on the 20th and 21st. So he's bringing a concert on the night of the 20th. He's fantastic. If you haven't heard him before, he's been here before, and he's just very prolific songwriter. Just brings a lovely energy, and his music is gorgeous. So don't miss that. He'll be here Saturday night for the conference. Concert. We're doing a VIP reception with him if you'd like to be at that, to get some more personal time with him and have appetizers and drinks with him. And then on Monday, I gotta fly. On Sunday morning, he'll be here bringing message and music, and then he's going to stay after and do a song circle. So we'll circle the chairs up, and this is something he does at CSL in Reno, and it's very popular. So it's an opportunity to be together and sing together. So sign up for all of that, any of that, and make sure that you get here for whatever you can. Drum circle will be coming up on the 12th. So that is this week, right? So Friday night. Great time to be in community, to beat on a drum, to kind of work out some nervous system issues. It's very calming, and it's just a fun time. So everyone is welcome to that. That is at 6:30 on Friday. And then the full moon will be July 21st. So we'll be doing that at 6:30 that evening here at the center. Let's see. And then we've got some recurring things. Our Course in Miracles is Thursday nights. Breath work is Saturday mornings from 9 to 10. And then we have yoga Tuesdays and Wednesdays over at the ballet. Or is that still over here, Steve, for July? Okay. Okay, Wednesday here, Tuesday there? Is that what you said? I can't hear you. Tuesday here, Wednesday there. Okay. So that's great. It's just donation basis. And one is chair and one is more of a flow. So show up for those. We have a new class that will be coming in August on the 18th, Gateway to Conscious Aging. So that's a great one. You can sign up or find more information out at theamanicenter.org. You can sign up for everything at theamanicenter.org, or you can see one of us afterwards. All right, so that's it for our announcements. Oops. So if you haven't already silenced your phone, please do so, and then we'll just take a moment to bless the service. So this is, now we've kind of had some discussion and some fun and some laughs, and we've talked about our announcements, and now we're going to kind of get centered so that we can be prepared for the rest of the service. So I like to set anything in my lap aside. I like my feet flat on the floor so that I just feel grounded in. You can do what feels comfortable to you. I like my eyes to close because that feels good to me. And just receive that cleansing breath and release it. Allowing yourself to become fully present in this divine moment, this divine instance where we are here to lift, to transform, to fill our cups, and to feed our spirit, to reconnect. Though we are never disconnected, we focus on it. We shine our abundance and our light on spirit within and light up our own lives. So I know that today's service unfolds divinely. Everybody who showed up hears exactly what they need to hear, receives exactly what they needed to receive, meets, talks to, finds connection with those that they needed that connection. And that goes for the people who are at home watching as well, that you will receive what you need to receive. And we all bring something as well, and we share it. And that's all part of this divine flow that we create here at the Amani Center. I know that Brother Luchan brings the divine word that comes through him in his most wonderful, relatable, vulnerable, humorous, touching, and deep way, and that we are all lifted by it, inspired by it, and take something with us home. I know the music that we're bringing virtually with Amy Bishop will be just divine and will inspire you and lead you to bring that higher vibration out into the world with you. I'm grateful for everyone who showed up to be part of this, and I'm grateful for all our volunteers, for our sound person, our live stream person, hospitality, our kids program, our all the people who show up as ushers and whatever service you bring. I'm just grateful for all of it. This center is volunteer run. It is all of us that make it happen. And so when we all do a little piece of it, then we are just overflowing with this wonderful place to come. So I'm so grateful for the Amani Center, for all of you that make it what it is, and for this service today, which will uplift, enlighten, and unfold perfectly. And so in this sense of great gratitude, I release my word into the law, knowing that as I speak it, all is well, and it is already done, and that there is nothing to worry about. And so together we say, and so it is. All right, so now we will do our affirmation. We're going to read it through 3 times. The first time we'll read it with energy. We'll really use a full voice. The second time we'll bring it down into a whisper and really let it sink into our hearts. And then the third time, please join me mentally as I speak it aloud. And today's affirmation is brought to us by Ministerial Intern Luchan Baker. Let's begin. This moment, I unleash the power, freedom, and wholeness bestowed upon me by the source. This moment, I unleash the power, freedom, and wholeness bestowed upon me by the source. This moment, I unleash the power, freedom, and wholeness bestowed upon me by the source. And together we say, and so it is. All right, and so now we're going to have a song by Amy Bishop coming to us from Canada to lead us into our meditation.
Happy, that's when I learned the lesson that it's all about your perceptions. Hey, are you a papa or a superstar? So
that sounds like the wrong song, so Steve.
Not about the size of your car, it's about the size of the faith in your heart, and there's hope.
Oh, it's 2 of them going on at once.
Don't have to pay to laugh.
Technical difficulty.
Better thank God for that.
This is kind of what happens sometimes when someone is not able to come in because they're sick or whatever. So we roll with it. Thank God for Steve. Okay, here we go.
If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. The voice of God, the voice of God. You might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. The voice of God, the voice of God. You might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. You might hear the voice of God.
And so, staying in this quiet space that Amy has helped us create, we take a moment for meditation. Allowing your mind to clear, setting aside any to-do list, any worry, and just focusing on the breath as we receive cleansing breath in and release it. If thoughts pop in, if ideas or distractions come in, just gently release them. Return to your solitude. Return to your quietude. Return to that connection within. Enjoy your meditation. And so staying a few more minutes in this quiet space, we take a moment for a divine healing treatment, knowing that each and every one of us is at oneness with Spirit, with God, with the universe, with nature, with Great Spirit, with whatever word you use, whatever word works for you in your language to represent that divine energy that is the beginning, current, and end of all that is, that brings all activity forth, all thought, all joy, all action, and that is underlying all that is occurring. From this place of connection, we turn our hearts towards healing and love, especially for anyone who is suffering right now in the world. From people still suffering in Gaza, in the Sudan, all places across the country where there is hunger or violence, trauma, addictions, abuse, as well as in our own country where this is obviously also occurring. We turn our hearts towards those going through it. Anyone evacuated or affected by the pay dirt fire yesterday or the moccasin fire, both which have been going on in our area. The heat, which can unfairly or even greater effect unhoused people or the elderly or people with asthma or people who just don't have air conditioning, sending them love and comfort and coolness. And for the chaos that is circling our country right now and our leadership, knowing peace and intention and love and an eye towards what is best for everyone, that uplifts everyone, especially those who have been discriminated against traditionally, held down traditionally, not empowered, that we create this world that seeks to empower and work for everyone. And for whatever your own intentions are in your heart right now, family members, friends, whoever's going through these difficult times, we just shine our love, our light, and we wrap our arms around our planet, knowing that all is well in spite of what it can look like, and sending kindness, hope, love, and faith out in everything we do every day, in such a way that we are part of the solution and not the problem. And so with great gratitude for all of you for doing this work, great gratitude for the Amani Center that gives us this place to show up and remind ourselves of the truth, great gratitude for just knowing that all is well, even when it doesn't feel like it. I release this word into the law, knowing that it is done and that all truly is well. And together we say, and so it is. All right, we've got another song from Amy Bishop.
It takes a crane to build a crane. Takes 2 floors to make a story. It takes an egg to make a hen. It takes a hen to make an egg. There is no end to what I'm saying. Takes a thought to make a word. Takes some word to make an action. Takes some work to make it work. It takes some good to make it hurt. Takes some bad for satisfaction. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la, life goes full circle. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la. It takes a night to make a dawn. Takes some day to make you yawn, brother. Takes some old to make you young. Takes some cold to know the sun. Takes some one to have the other. Takes no time to fall in love, but it takes you years to know what love is. Takes some tears to make you trust. Takes those tears to make you rust. Takes the dust to have it polished. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la, life goes full circle. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la, life. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la, life goes full circle. La 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 la, life is wonderful. La 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 la, life. It takes some silence to make sound. Takes a loss before you found it. It It takes a road to go nowhere. It takes a toll to make you care. It takes a hole to make a mountain. Ah, la, 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 life is wonderful. Ah, la, 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 life goes full circle. Ah, la, 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 life is wonderful. Ah, la, 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 life is meaningful. La, 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 life is wonderful. Ah, la, 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 life is wonderful. La, 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 life is wonderful. La, 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 life is wonderful. Life is meaningful. Life is wonderful. Life is meaningful. Life is wonderful. Life goes full circle. La 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 la. La 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 la. Life is wonderful. La 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 la. Life is meaningful. La 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 la. Life is wonderful. La 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 la.
All right, thank you, Amy, and welcome to Luchan Baker.
What's going on, family? How is everyone? There we go. It always starts off kind of like comedy. I feel like it's open mic when I come here, but I'm not funny, so then it's like, oh, it's weird. And I say that over and over again. I don't know why, but people always seem to think I'm funny. Marcy said just a second ago, humorous. I'm like, don't say that, because then people are going to think I'm funny, and I'm not. Happens every time I talk. Someone's just like, oh, all right, I really enjoyed the talk, and I say, thank you, and then they're like, okay, go. I'm like, I have nothing. I'm not funny like that. It's just, we come to church sometimes with this hostile feeling. And then someone like me can just, say something corny. It's, oh, okay, ha, ha, ha. But honestly, it's that hostile feeling sometimes from church that can kind of get us tense, and all it takes is just a small smile, a small whatever kind of joke, and that just relieves the tension. But understand, I am really not that funny. Now, we're talking about freeing your mind, freeing our mind, freeing the mind, because we know there is only one mind. Another thing I'm not good at besides telling good jokes is I'm not good at coming up with good titles for these talks. So this happens every month. And Marcy's like, all right, you got the title yet? And I keep trying to think of something clever, and it just doesn't happen. I even asked my AI chat, and it was just like, dude, just say this. So the myth of limitation. See, to free our mind means to, realize that limitation is a myth. Now, here's what's really interesting about this philosophy we practice. One thing I will say about limitation, there is one limitation we all do have. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but none of you will ever know just how great you truly are. You'll never know it. And the reason is the moment you unlock that one potential greatness that you felt you could not unlock, once you get there, you don't even know that you just unlocked another capacity of greatness you did not know. It always expands. Why? Because the universe is always expanding, and you are of the universe. That's the one limitation you have. You'll never know how great you are. Never, never. Now, I'm a basketball fan. Even more, I love street ball. There's basketball, which has all the fundamentals and all that, but then there's street ball that's kind of like just this kung fu style of basketball. The crossovers are different. The passes are just way prettier. They're allowed to wear their do-rags on court. It's just a free, just beautiful thing of just this athleticism and creativity and style. I cannot explain it. And, well, there was this guy named the Air up there. He played for the and one team. They literally called him the Air up there, like the movie with Kevin Bacon. Now, since basketball has happened, we've known that you actually can dunk from the free throw line. That was one thing we thought could not happen. We were just like, that is scientifically impossible. No one can do it. Then Dr. J and so many amazing athletes showed us I can dunk from the free throw line. It's not even a big deal anymore. This guy, the Air up there, in an actual game, did a 720 dunk. Not once, but multiple times. Does anybody in here know what a 720 is? There we go, math whizzes. There we go. He spun around twice in the air and dunked the ball. There were grown men in the stands crying because they know they just realized evolution. That was said that it could not be done. The person who was saying what just happened showed that on his feet he spun around twice and almost fell. He was saying, listen, do you know what just happened? I don't know if I'll ever dunk a ball again because of this man. Your capacity is always more than what you think it is. Here's what's interesting about us human beings. We are creatures of habit. And once we get comfortable, that's pretty much who we are. Quit asking me to check my emails regularly. I'm a creature of habit. It's not going to happen. You have to send me a text and say I sent you an email. Like, oh, there we go, responsibility. Sorry. We are creatures of habit. But we are also these universal beings, which means that not only is growth our natural way of living, our growth is inevitable. Oh, you will know your greatness. You will. We never stop being kicked out of the nest, ever. Just like we outgrew mom's belly. We outgrow stages in our lives and will continue to. Let's just be honest. Most of the time, it's involuntary. When it's time for you to have a growth experience, you don't say, yes, Spirit, I'm ready to. No, you don't. No, you do not. It just happens, and we are forced to have this growth experience. Now, here's what's great about speaking up here, because I always get to speak about what I need to hear. As you can see, I'm not even looking at these notes that I write every time I come here and end up not looking at. Anyone find themselves in a dark moment? Yeah, see, that's our human side says, oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is whack. Oh, why would this happen to me? I say it. But then we get to that other side, right? We get to the part where we conquer it, where it transforms us, where we actually realize just how great we are because of that experience. See, God knows what it's doing. God is the biggest practical joker you will ever know. And so while we want to stay comfortable, while we want to stay right here in this box, because the ego does not want to get out the lazy boy, the ego wants to keep us just like this, that burning desire of God is always saying, but we can do so much more. And we're always fighting both. Which voice am I listening to? The beautiful thing about God and life is that against our will, we get to discover our greatness. The more we try to keep it the same, the more we try to keep it just like this and so neat. The universe says, ploop. Now we get to figure this out. I thought for the longest time that I was supposed to get through this process of life with no dents and scratches on the body of the car. I really thought that was going to happen. Then when I get dents, then when I actually scrape my knees in life, I start blaming myself. Anybody blame themselves for scraping their knees in life? Not even knowing that it is the greatest moment of our lives. How else do you discover your greatness without having that moment where you are knocked off and you have to figure out how to make it work? How else? If we stay comfortable, we aren't creating the miracles we are here to create. Did you not know you're a miracle? I'm here to tell you, you are a miracle in the flesh. Yes, you are. Get used to seeing miracles. They're happening all around you. You are one. Understand that miracles are a regular thing when we are aware of our alignment. We are always aligned. You can never not be aligned. Now, here's the other part about this myth of limitation. See, we all have our idea of what God is, of what good is, of, all these great things. While some may say, it's sunshine and warm weather, and someone will say, no, it's actually snow and cold weather. We all have our ideas of what God is. And we always like to cherry pick the parts of God that we want to see. Understand that storm you've been through, that storm you're going through now, all that ugliness, all that frightening, just the darkness and I don't know what's going on and what's the next turn in life is just doing this weird thing. And that is God too. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How else would you have gotten to where you are now if you did not have an involuntary growth moment? How else would you have gotten here? I waited until our kids left for me to say this, so you don't get to be mad at me, but let's just be honest here. Let's not front like all of us were planned. There we go. Yep, I see some people laughing. That's what I want to hear. We're adults in here. Let's not pretend like all of us were planned. Our parents may not have necessarily been thinking about us when we were created. Yet here we are, God beings. Not only have we changed our parents' life, we've changed the world just by being here. Do you understand? You can never not be great. Just by you being here, you've changed the atmosphere of the universe as a whole. That's how great you are. Turn off the TV and remember who you are. This is why we meditate. This is why we get quiet. This is why we do that. In the song we just heard and the announcement of the class, this awesome workshop that I hope I can be here for, we heard everything we need to hear. I don't need to talk. You are already the blessing. You are already that. All the things that are going on in your life are just further part of the ingredients of the masterpiece that you are. Welcome the tears. Welcome the pain and the disappointment. Welcome all that. Now, I was looking at a chain the other day. There's this album by Raekwon from Wu-Tang Clan called Only Built for Cuban Links. Back in the day, if you had a Cuban link chain, you were the man. Understand that. What makes a chain, right, is the links. And when I look at that, literally every link is both giving and receiving at the same time. Then I thought about the other things I've given and receiving in life. Those things that I may not call God things. Ever be having a bad day and you take it out on somebody verbally? Anybody ever do that? Oh, it's just me? No one's going to raise their hand? Oh, okay, all right. I see how y'all just did me. Thank you. I love you for that. Thank you. Anyone just been in a really just blah mood and you just make the party and you don't even know why you're in that mood? It's just like, oh, who invited Luchan? Really? See, those are the moments I think about when I'm by myself. And I can either do what I usually do, which is cry to my mom and be like, Mom, in 8th grade, I said, boy, if you don't leave me alone. Or I can learn to laugh and see it as a growth moment. Those same moments where somebody hurt you, betrayed you, hurt your feelings, said something that was just outright nasty, didn't it motivate you to be the beautiful God expression you are now? If that is true, then understand that we also get to play that same role in someone else's life. We don't always mean to, but it is inevitable. You are going to have bad days, and in that bad day, you may or may not influence someone in a way that does not feel good. That's a God feeling too. Every heartbreak you've caused, every time you let somebody down, every time you just outright said something that was super rude, even if it was on accident, that was fuel for someone else to discover their greatness. And the universe blesses you for it, even if you didn't mean to. We don't get to limit God. We don't get to limit God. So many times I used to kick it with the homies. We're out just running the streets of Oakland, using all kind of language, listening to all kind of music. And for some reason, whenever we would see a church coming, oh, man, let's cross the street. I don't want to be doing all this next to the church. Because, of course, God is only right here at the church. If I cross the street, God's not across the street. Where can you go where God isn't? Come on now. Are we playing? Stop acting like you can limit God. There is nowhere you can look where God is not. It is our job as divine beings to see, hear, and know God in every situation, no matter what. Who's ready to be that divine? Who's ready to be the one where everyone else is freaking out? We say, hold up. There is God in this moment. Who's ready? Limitation is a myth. Limitation is a myth. Do not forget it. Limitation is a myth. People are turning around twice in the air and dunking the ball. Do not pretend like you are. I don't care what your ego is telling you right now. I made a post the other day. It really hurts that you can't swear because you're a ministerial intern, because I really do believe that all words are divine. Okay? I believe that all language is divine. Straight up. Matter of fact, I have been insulted a lot worse by somebody who did not use one single swear word. Let's not act like because you didn't swear, you ain't say something rude. All words are divine. And with that, I just want to say, no matter what you are going through in your life, the ugliness, that is the best part. The ugliness is the best part, that part where we are watching someone's biopic and we're just, oh, man, they went through that, oh, my God. That's the best part. Who are we without a story? Without pain we've gotten through? And here's what's beautiful about your pain. It's there for you to relate to somebody who later on goes through it, and you can be their light. That's why it's there. Let's not judge our pain. Let's not judge all those situations that made you the beautiful person you are now. And here is the other part about this limitation as a myth that I get to explore. See, the other part of that is faith. The universe is not some mysterious thing. It's literally another limb. It's another body. It's literally an extension of you. That's what the universe is. It's not there for you to fear. It's there for you to use at your will. Talib Kweli said, we do not live for hip-hop. Hip-hop lives for us. It's the same thing with the universe. Every Mac player that I grew up watching always had the same thing they'd say. If you're good to the game will be good to you. I'm not a street person. I never made my money off the street at all. Yet it did not take me to be a street person to understand the metaphysics in that statement. If you are good to the game will be good to you. I have seen people who have used this concept called New Thought, who were living their life like street people, and it was the same thing. People who said affirmations before they went out and made their money. Please, Spirit, just even though I have to do this today and I don't want to, let's make sure nobody gets hurt. Please, Spirit, today, let's make sure. And they did it. That's the thing that's the other side about this concept that people forget about. Those people we call crooks, bad people, they can use this too. It's not limited to whatever we think is good. Spirit has no limitation. Our only job is to see the God in every situation we come across. That's our job. We don't even need to understand it. Do you believe or not? See, the only way to really be good at math is to trust the math. I'm from Berkeley, okay? I question everything. You can't just tell me that an equation is that and I'm supposed to just take it. We from Berkeley, okay? We need to see the ingredients for everything. But guess what? Life is not always like that. With spirit, it's do you trust it or not? I just told you, you are a universal being. The universe is indestructible, which means that you are indestructible. Stop crying about the situations in your life. It's there for you to realize, wait a minute, I am indestructible. The only way to build faith is to go through scary times. Faith is a muscle. Faith is a muscle, and just like a muscle, you have to train it. When you watch a big buff guy under that bench press, he is putting himself through pain. Literally, I am going to the gym to put myself through pain. It's the same thing with faith. And when your faith is tested, that is a thank you, God moment, because we always know what's going to happen on the other end. You always come out beautiful just like you are right now with your fine self and your beautiful faces. Just like right now. You come out shining every time. Why cry? Why act like you don't know the ending to this movie? Every time you've gone into the ugliness, what happened when you came out on the other side? Stop playing. Life started in the darkness. You emerged out of the darkness. The darkness is there for us to create from. Limitation is a myth. And with this, I can't help but bring up a story we all know, a story we can all appreciate. The Wright brothers. Remember the Wright brothers, the good old Wright brothers? Nobody was fly like the, y'all didn't even laugh at that. See, that hurt my feelings. To imagine somebody says, just going through life and says, you know what I want to do? I want to take a bus and put it in the sky. That's literally what, you want to make a bus fly? It was to the point to where people were embarrassing their family. People were trying to put them on the psych ward. These people invented the airplane. And everyone's telling you can't put no heavy piece of metal with heavy human beings in it and expect it to fly. You're an idiot. Now, as much as we hate going to the airport, that alone should show us that we really do trust the invention the Wright brothers came up with. Think about that. That scientifically that was impossible to put a heavy piece of metal in the air and expect it to fly, and they did it. It got to the point to where they said, hey, listen, if either one of us ever starts having doubts and saying I want to quit, the other one has to say, no, we're going to keep going. That's a story I'll always think about when I'm thinking, all right, can I handle this? Like, hold on. They said I want to put a bus in the sky and expect it to fly. If you are at a time in your life where you feel like you are being forced out of your comfort zone, it just happened abruptly, give thanks. This is the greatest moment of your life. Give thanks for it. Those easy moments where things are just easy. Come on now, y'all. We know no growth happens for that. We love those moments because we're just creatures of habitat. But let's be honest. It is those moments that shake us up where life just hits you in the mouth. That's the best part. A boxer is not a boxer without getting hit. What I thought it was the concept was to get so good you don't get hit. No, it's not the concept. The concept is to develop a tough enough chin to where the hits don't knock you out so easily. See, I'm quiet right now because I know I shook a lot of y'all up when I said that. Everybody just showed me their war wounds when I said that was a G moment right there, see? I'm not gangster at all, but I feel it here because I know we have all been through things spiritually. And everybody's showing their war wounds now. That moment your heart was broken for no reason. You gave it your all. That dream job you had, and for some reason they just fired you for no reason. That friend you thought was your best friend and betrayed you the worst way possible. Look at all the things you have survived today. Look at it. There you go. Wipe them tears. I love seeing that. We have gotten comfortable with this idea of God that's just so nice and sweet. And God is a personal trainer. There we go. That's a love-hate relationship, isn't it? That's what God is. Stop thinking that God is, oh, my baby. No, 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 no. God will punch you in the chest sometimes. Just because. Just to keep you alert. And that's a beautiful thing. Appreciate the ugliness of life too. When we get used to whatever this cookie cutter idea of what good is, then when we see the other sides of life, we start freaking out. But what if we looked at all of life and knew that was God? That other stuff that we try to act like does not exist, it does exist, okay? It does. Now, do we believe in God or do we not? Somebody got to go in there to that trap house and get somebody's addicted relative out of there. Somebody has to go in there. Somebody's loved one is in there trying to drown out the voices of God that is telling them how beautiful they are. Somebody's trying to do it. Now, if we all sit here and say, oh, well, we can't go in there because God's not in there, do we believe it or not? This is God's gang. Remember that? And we bang it proudly. That means even when we think we are outnumbered, we rep it to the fullest. Who is ready to rep God's gang? Then ain't no punking out when we think we're scared. All we ever get to do is affirm the truth. I don't even care if I don't understand it. I do it all the time. I see how my son dresses these days, and I okay, God, I don't understand that, but I'm affirming my son is stylish. I don't get it. We cannot limit God. So understand whatever it is we are seeing, if we are seeing it, is because it is God. It is an expression of God, and it is our job to figure that out. The ego wants you to stay comfortable. Now, there's this example of how freeing the mind is how we unlock our greatness. When I was a little boy, there was this Disney cartoon called Lambert the Sheepish Lion. Now, Lambert was this lion who somehow got separated from the other lions and had to be raised by these sheep. So he's this big, scary, ferocious lion with this big, beautiful mane, and he's out here trying to baa like the sheep and really trying to act like a sheep. We're laughing, but understand, like, this is very much a metaphor, because there are plenty of times where we, the lions we are, did not want to be lions, because being a lion comes with a certain responsibility we don't always want to take. And so we try to front and hide with the sheep like God can't see us and knows that we're a lion. So yet here is Lambert acting like a lion. And one day, this scary wolf comes and starts terrorizing Lambert's family. And Lambert is in the corner like, I'm scared. Like, yo, I'm a sheep. So he's in the corner scared. And finally, the wolf grabs a hold of Lambert's mama. And she screams out, Lambert. And he's sitting there, mama, and Lambert. And I'm sitting there watching like, mama, what's finna happen? And finally something. And Lambert was like, oh, no, not my mama. And he roared this loud, just ferocious roar that scared the lion, scared everybody. He realized in that moment, oh, my goodness, I'm not a sheep. I'm a lion. But he would not have figured that out if the wolf did not get there and frighten him. Understand that moment you are mad at, that moment where you're looking back and keep on trying to change it in your mind like, oh, if it happened, it's perfect how it is. Look at how beautiful you are. You are a lion. Free your mind and stop pretending like you're normal. You're not. You're awesome. You're great. You are indestructible. You are so indestructible that guess what? Eventually you're going to grow out this shell of a body that you're in. That's how great you are. Energy does not die. It only transforms. Think about that. Think about how indestructible you are. There is nothing on this earthly plane that you cannot get through. So if you are being called to go through it, put your mouthpiece in and smile. This is another opportunity to discover just how great you are. That sound right there. Sometimes that could be the scariest sound, right? See, in this moment, that's when you get the calling. Because God has always given us assignments. And I personally try to drown out the sound of God sometimes because, well, usually when God talks to me, that means work, and I don't feel like it. I want to sit here and play my PlayStation. And God is saying, no, sorry, I have an assignment for you. There's a reason there's never any good news, y'all. There's a reason for that. If I let you know just how amazing you are, if I allow you to really know the God presence you are, I can't sell you anything. I can't control your mind. I can't control your vote. I can't do anything when you know your God self. It is imperative, if I'm trying to control you, to put fear into your mind. We're constantly afraid of something new. Like this human existence has ever been easier at any time on the planet. We know the Bible is full of metaphors, but let's just say everything we read in that book was for real. Okay, so the sea had blood in it, and now you're telling me about COVID? There is nothing you can't, there's nothing you can't get through. Nothing. And you know it. You know it. You survived everything else you've been through. Isn't that funny how we love saying, we just love calling somebody, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what. Yes, you do. You know what to do. You don't want to do it, but you know what to do. And you'll be fine. Whatever calling you are being called to, you can handle it. And the only time you handle it, we need you to answer the call. You're not the only one who's scared out here. You think I'm not scared? I need to watch you do it so I can get over my fears. I need to watch how you fall so I can see that fall and be like, all right, if there's any way to fall, that's the way I'm going to fall. Something called you this morning. Something said, I need to be here. And here's what's even greater. The fact that we are hearing these words that aren't even my words right now, the fact that we are hearing these words together means that we are all on the same frequency. That's how powerful this is. We can train ourselves to never hear anything negative about ourselves. There are people like that. Say something negative to you right to your face and you'll think it's a compliment because you are so full of God and so full of the greatness that you are. How could anybody ever hate me? Hate me? You can be that person. Limitation is a myth. I don't care what situation you may be going back in your mind about. I don't care what science equation you want to bring to the table. Limitation is a myth. There is nothing about your godliness that is limited. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. What are you going through right now? What is frightening you? What is calling you to express it to the fullest? Are you being comfortable? Let's just be honest. Are you being safe? We know safe ain't fly. We're here to be fly. I see eagles in here. I'm looking at eagles' feathers everywhere. I'm seeing wings. I'm seeing it. That's what's also amazing about, I can tell you this all day, but if you don't believe it, it doesn't matter. That's what's beautiful. It's all about your mind. What are you letting in? What are you putting in? What are you putting in your mind? I need to know because I'm seeing these beautiful faces glow right now, and I need some of that. We never know how we influence each other. That's the beautiful thing, too. So while I'm out in the world like, oh, Luchan, you're a failure. You didn't go to Howard University. You don't have a Heisman Trophy. You didn't marry 90s Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? Yet my sons look at me every day and be like, oh, my God, look at my hero. Now, whose voice am I listening to? You a hero to somebody. I don't care how disgusting and despicable you think you've been up until this point, somebody sees you and sees God. What do we want to choose to listen to? If I can hear the divine in the most frightening gangster rap lyrics, we can see the divine in anything. And that's a challenge. I keep telling people, find some lyrics, download them and bring them to me, and I will show you the God in them lyrics. God is in everything. God is in everything. All we're ever doing is expressing God through what we do. It might be altered with our human experience and cut with that, but we are always expressing that. When me and my homeboys are together, playing the dozens, ripping on each other very, very viciously, you cannot tell me I'm not in heaven. That's how we show love. All we do is say mean to each other and punch each other, and we are in heaven. Don't judge it. That's how we show love. How do you show love? It's not none of my business to judge how somebody expresses the God in them. It is only my business to see the God in them. That is the divine. That is how we live a limitless life. When we see the God in everything. You get pulled over for a ticket. Oh, thank you, officer. You're an expression of God. Somebody cuts you off. Oh, thank you, expression of God. Be that. Be that. Be so full of God, so positive. You are annoying. That's when you're doing it right. I want to thank the Amani Center right now. Thank you for always giving me this platform and pushing me to be my God self even when I don't want to. We don't see what goes on in between these times where I speak up here, but understand so much goes on. And by the time I come up here, I have so much to talk to, and really all I want to say is thank you. It is these moments where I am forced to talk about how God is great in my life and talk about how God shows up in my life. Without this platform, I would not have an outlet to talk about it, and I want to thank y'all for that. Thank you for the love. Thank you for these beautiful faces. I love you so much, and I'm very, very honored to be a part of this community. Namaste.
Thank you, Luchan. That was wonderful. I was just writing that, what you just said. It's not my business to judge how someone expresses the God in them. It's my job or my business to see the God in them. That's kind of profound, as everything you say is. All right, so now it is our joyful time of giving, our time to support the Amani Center in whatever way we feel called to support the Amani Center. We are a independent center. We have no mother church. We don't have anyone who's kind of sending money down to us. So we are board run. We're volunteer or board led, volunteer run, and everything that we bring in to pay the rent, to pay our speakers, to keep the lights on and the air conditioning running is our way of giving into this center that hopefully is giving so much back to you. I know it does to me. So when we pass the baskets, there you can drop checks and money in there. Obviously, we always encourage that, but there's also ways for you to give virtually if you prefer to do that, or if you're watching us online. At theamanicenter.org, our website is a donate button that you can use, and it will link you to various ways to give to the Amani Center. There's a code right there for Venmo. There's also PayPal codes that are in the backs of the white seat back, so you can choose one of those and scan it with your phone. If you give to Venmo, you just make sure it's the Amani Center, and you should see our little logo there, and that's a great new way to give. And then you can set up a recurring payment through your bank, which is a great way to ensure that you're giving every month or every week or whatever works for you. However you decide to give, we just thank you for that gift, and know that it does matter and it's greatly appreciated. So before we drop our gifts into the basket, let's just take a moment to bless them, whether you're giving virtually or you're putting something in there. You can place your heart or hand over your heart, and we just know that everything we give is coming back to us tenfold, as well as going out and blessing others. We are one with the divine, which is perfect abundance and knows no lack. So when we step into this way of giving, we cannot help but receive. This is how flow works. This is how God works. And so just know that whatever it is that you're giving out into the world, it is coming back to you, whether it's in the form of your service or your tithes or compliments or support or a hug. All of that is generative and is bringing more to you, more to others, and uplifting the world. So in this moment, I just give great gratitude for all of you and for all that you give and do to make the world a better place and to support this Amani Center. It all truly does matter, and I'm so grateful for you. So from this place of gratitude, I release this word into the law, knowing that as it is spoken, it is made manifest, and that all is truly well, and that we are all experiencing this abundance of good with zero limitation. And so together we say, and so it is. All right, so we're going to have another song from Amy while the baskets get passed. There we go.
Back when I had a little, I thought that I needed a lot. A little was overrated, but a lot was a little too complicated. See, zero didn't satisfy me, a million didn't make me happy. That's when I learned the lesson that it's all about your perceptions. Hey, are you a papa or a superstar? So you act, so you feel, so you are. It's not about the size of your car, it's about the size of the faith in your heart. And there's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile, don't have to pay to laugh, better thank God for that. There's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile, you don't have to pay to laugh, better thank God for that. Out in the back country of Brazil, I met a young man who made me feel I could accomplish anything. You see, just like me, he wanted to sing. He had no windows and no doors. He lived a simple life and was extremely poor. On top of all of that, he had no eyesight, but that didn't keep him from seeing the light. He said, what's it like where you're living today? And all I did was complain, yes. Told me to here is paradise. He taught me paradise is in your mind. You know there's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile, don't have to pay to laugh, better thank God for that. There's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile, you don't have to pay to laugh, better thank God for that. There's hope, stand up for your rights, keep shining your light, show the world a smile. There's hope, stand up for your right, keep shining your light, show the world a smile. There's hope every time I turn on the TV, somebody's acting crazy. Well, if you let it, it will drive you crazy. So I'm taking back my power today. Gas prices, they keep on rising. Government may keep on lying, but we've got to keep on surviving, keep living the truth and do the best you can do, 'cause there's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile, don't have to pay to laugh, better thank God for that. There's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile, you don't have to pay to laugh, better thank God for that. There's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile, don't have to pay to laugh, you'd better thank God for that. 'Cause there's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile, don't have to pay to laugh, you'd better thank God for that.
All right. So on behalf of the Amani Center, it is my great joy and honor to receive these gifts, knowing that they are blessed town, multiplied, and going out to do good in the world, coming right back to do good for us, and going back and forth in that state of divine flow, and that all is truly well. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you, Gina. Okay, I think we got some kids to bring up. I heard them. Here they come. All right. Woohoo! All right. Oh, boy, you guys did some art today. Yay. Wow. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. All right. Do you want to read the affirmation, or do you want me to handle it? Okay? So, we did use your affirmation today. And sometimes, you know, I make it a little bit more simple for the littles, but let me just tell you, these guys got it like I couldn't believe it. So go ahead here. Read it again.
This moment I unleash the power of freedom and wholeness bestowed upon me by the source.
So, we actually took some time to speak about this affirmation. We spoke about what affirmations are in the first place, and then we spoke about power, personal power, freedom, and wholeness. And I asked Charlotte, I said, what do you think the source is? And she said, God. And I was like, well, you got it. And then Delaney says, let us know that God is everywhere and in everything, even in the couch, even in the all of the stuff around us. So that was really cool. And then we talked about using our imagination to paint, and then how important using our imagination is to remember that connection to the source. So that's what we did today. Thank you, guys. I know, show everybody your beautiful paintings. All right, good job. Thank you.
Hey, good job, guys. Thank you. All right, Nicole, you stay. Thank you. All right, so we're going to stand and sing together. We do not need to move the chairs today because the ballet's not in here this week. Remember to see Reverend Cheryl about the class starting tomorrow night. Not too late to sign up for that. And what else? I don't know if there's anything else I need to let you know. So let's hold hands if it's comfortable to you, and we'll sing The Presence Is Here. The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. I will meet you in grace.
And continuing in this life of no limits, we live the life of God in peace and love and grace and so many other God characteristics, for this life is that abundant. We give thanks, we bless it, and allow it to be. And so it is.